Welcome to the Yes Life. I am Sedric Reymaker. Now, first thing, it is the 15th of July, 2024. First thing I need to tell you about is my health. I'm doing okay, but last Monday, my blood pressure went through the roof, and everything else decided I want to go crazy right now. I vomit from both ends, arms and legs feeling like lead weights, and did not want to move as fast as I wanted to, and literally the world was spinning. I mean, it was rough. It was the first time in my life I actually crawled over to my bed and woke my wife up and said, I need help. Now, the doctors are still working on some cultures to see if maybe it's bacterial or something, but it was not a heart attack. It was not a stroke, according to what they were able to see with the MRI and the CT scans and whatnot, and the blood work. But even though my blood pressure has been high my whole life, it even scared me. That's how bad it was. So yeah, I went to the doctor and worked it out with the VA and got the local hospital. Like I said, they're still working on some stuff, and I got to call them back and find out what's going on with that. But I'm not necessarily back to normal, but they got me on some cholesterol and blood pressure meds. Maybe that'll keep things under control for a little bit. Got a few other things to talk about. The Olympics 2024. All right, Paris. Here's the thing about cleaning up a river. You can't do it in 6 months. I don't care what kind of tech you got. You should have been pumping that out a long minute ago. Brown water don't turn clear overnight. Just saying. As far as all the other green initiative things that I've been hearing about, these people don't come from your country. Some of them are not used to Paris in summertime. They gonna bring their own ACs. I know that for a fact. Some of them have already said so. President Trump got shot at this weekend. Now, there's going to be a lot of hoo-ha about that. Love him or hate him, I believe that Trump is an American, has an American he believes in the Constitution. I believe that. I believe he would fight to the death for the Constitution. I gave up 8 years of my life defending the idea that as long as your freedom had no injurious, let's say, all parties involved with whatever your freedom and fun is were consensual and of an age to make that decision, then go for it. I don't care. You're too far away for me to see it. I don't care. What you do in your private life, I don't care what you choose to call yourself. My mind slips, and I'll know your face a lot longer than I know your name. And I really don't care what pronouns you use. If I think you're female, I'll call you by female pronouns. If I think you're male, I'll call you by them. If you're it pronouns, I'll call you by them. If you got more than one head, I'll call you a they. But get over it. Seriously. You're going to cause yourself stress and have a heart attack long before I do. And I'm literally an old man. I grew up with G.I. Joe and Transformers back when it was Gen 1, okay? Back when He-Man was selling his toys by playing a cartoon. Quite honestly, we need to get back to some of that. Because I've seen some of the cartoons these days. They literally ain't worth it. Now, let's see. We got the assassination attempt, the Olympics. Good luck to all y'all in the Olympics. Just saying. You know. I've seen some of y'all working to achieve that goal, and I couldn't do it. As hard as I fight and as hard as I work and as hard as I push, I couldn't do the Olympics. My plans. It's already middle of the year, and I'll tell you, I've been hiding out. I've got to get some things balanced out, get my own personal resources balanced out. But as soon as a couple of them are balanced out, within the next month or two, I'm going to start a new project. It's big, it's huge. McDonald's ain't got nothing on me as far as how huge my plan is. Quite honestly, before I make that public, I got to make sure what's legal and what's not, and whether or not I could make it legal. Because there's a lot of politics involved with some of the things I'm thinking of. Got a few book ideas in the works. Right now, the only computer source I have is my phone. Can't very well type a book out on that with all the busy that I am. I haven't figured out a way to do that yet. There's some building plans, but like I said, I've had a few friends to literally stab me in the back. Not physically, but I've lost quite a bit of money off of it. As far as the future, I am what you would call an educated redneck. I got my bachelor's degree because I had promised that to myself when I joined the Army. I promised myself I would get that degree. But looking at Bill Gates and a lot of them other Midas money kind of people, most of them didn't even go to college. Some of them didn't even finish school. So when I started hearing wokeisms, the last class I took, it was online. I read the rubric. The rubric said one thing, the professor saying another. I asked the professor straight up, "What are you looking for?" And after the third time of that class, I looked to my, after the first time, I was like looking at my counselor saying, can I bypass this one and come back to it? And because it was an ethics class, no, you can't pass this one to go on to the technical stuff. No. I'm like, why not? It's not even covering technical stuff. Why can't I go on to the other thing until they get this one figured out? I'm like, no, we want your money. We want you to keep going on in our program. But that's all right. I know computers. I know what I'm doing. I can still build computers. I can still build the networks. If I really put my mind to it, you know, that is one of my ideas, is to get into AI programs. Because, hey, the things, if I can give it to somebody else to do while I'm working on something else, great. That's what I'm looking for. I've got to have people around me that know what they're doing and help me achieve what I'm looking to do. Because it's coming, guys. It's coming. It's been foretold by every religion. I don't care if you're atheist. Even the atheists have their version of end times. Oh yeah, the sun is going to engulf the planets and blah blah blah. And quite honestly, as a human species, we do have to be prepared for that. We have to be prepared for what are these knucklehead leaders doing. I got a war in Ukraine. I got China acting up. I got North Korea acting up. I got something going on in Africa I don't even know about. I just heard a little tidbit about it. I got all kind of crazy going on in South America. I got crazy stuff going on in Canada. And everybody knows what's going on in Alabama. A whole lot of crazy. Now, the greatest debate we have right now is, should Biden stay in or not? Well, the question is, how many drug cocktails are they shooting him up with for him to even stand up? Literally, folks, I saw that first debate of 2024. The man didn't last 10 minutes before he started going off into deep space with it. I miss the good old days when people actually had stuff to debate about, instead of calling each other names and saying, well, this one did this and this one did that, and I couldn't do this because I blah, 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 blah. Instead of worrying about what they did in the past, let's worry about what we're doing now. And I appreciate Trump for that, because that is something that while y'all were watching the tweets, he was getting shit done. He was getting stuff done. Because I tell you what, when my gas prices went below $2, that's when I was able to take care of my family. My $100 actually bought a week's worth of groceries. Back in the 80s, $100 would get you a full basket of groceries, a full cart of groceries. You know the Walmart carts, grocery store cart. And depending on what you bought and how you bought it, you could get two for $200. But oh my God, You want $15, $20 for flipping a burger? And how much is your burger now? I got some places charging $10 a burger. I'm like, holy hell, it's not even that big of a burger. But I digress. I've got a future to plan, and I'm hoping later this week I'll get back with you on some of it, because I got to write it down. As you can see, I had to make a list for myself so I can keep up with what I was talking about. So y'all want to debate on who a he or she is? You want to debate on when life begins? That's okay. You worship them other gods. But I guarantee you one thing, they have never said that they would die for you. You want the abortions? That's another god right there. Look them up. You want to change your sons into daughters and your daughters into sons? That's another one right there. They were all there. Now I am a follower of Christ. That doesn't mean I'm a Christian, as it has been made out to be these days. I believe in Jesus Christ, that he died and for my sins and rose again. Not because of a twisted Bible, or a Bible that has some books in and some books out. I believe it because that's what I would do. That's what I would have done for people I don't even know. As far as some of y'all saying, well, you ought to give up your money to help these other folks. Why don't you do it? See how you like it. I've seen some of y'all's matches. I've been into some of them matches. Let somebody you don't know sleep in your house. I've done it. And when they turn crazy on you, see how much fun you have trying to get them out. But to let y'all know, I'm feeling healthy now. I got to take my blood pressure every day. Got to take these pills. I may get back with them and see if maybe I can get off the pills, or keep them as a standby, maybe. I don't know. Because quite honestly, I don't know what happened last Monday. It could have been the heat, could have been the hydration. It could have been anything. And they're still looking into it. But there's one thing I want to leave you with. Be kind to yourself. If you're having a bad day, step back, take a breath, and let yourself know you got this. You freaking out because you didn't get your drink fast enough, just remember, that person is probably handling about a dozen customers at a time. People in the back got your order wrong. Give them a minute. They'll fix it. Or one lady, don't come at them with, well, you used to have this white sauce. Tell them what white sauce it was. Seriously. If you used to work at that place, or a place like it, then you know what the white sauce is. Don't be generic with it. And to all y'all that get emotional with your so-called debates, quite honestly, you look like a bunch of idiots. Because I enjoy diversity. But when you're out there screaming and hollering, "Oh, my booty hurts. My booty hurts because you said that." "Oh, my booty hurts because y'all don't have this or that." When it comes to that, create your own company. Create your own book. Create your own movie. I'll give you this one thing about the multiverse that they have created, or even the Matrix, however you want to believe it. It gives you the opportunity to put to pen and paper or computer or to film whatever you want. Stop stealing other people's ideas. Now, it's getting about time. I gotta take my blood pressure medicine and all that. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta load this up before I have to take my meds. Peace out. Love ya.